Question. What tips do you have for work-life balance? Man, that's the easiest question in the world, man. It's number one, it's reduce employee turnover so that you have long-term staff. I can leave. I mean, I lectured in 50 countries, and when I was lecturing in China, I never even thought twice about back home in America because I knew my lorry would hold down the fort. And I would always say goodbye to her. Say, "Hey, Lori, I'm gonna be in China, or Texas." I had a daughter-in-law that needed some help. I left for 6 weeks, and I just told that man, "Lori, thanks so much for holding down the fort," because I know when I leave, she'll never need me because I could die on the way to Texas. I could get T-boned by a cement truck. You gotta have a staff. No one's indispensable. And it's got to be able to work without any single person, including the doctor. And when you get your team where you have the work-life balance, my gosh, you can leave all the time. You can have extended vacations, but you're not going to keep employees a long time if you micromanage, if you make them feel bad. And give them a long leash. Like in today's dental, it's retail. It's a B2C, business to consumer. You have to have business hours, so you have to be at work at 7 and you can't get off till 5 or whatever the hours are, whatever. With Dental Town magazine, that's a B2B business. Dentists giving a magazine to a dentist, that's a B2B. So we don't have retail hours. So look at the hours at Dental Town. Most people work from home. Some like to come in at 6 to avoid 8 o'clock traffic and then leave at 1 or 2 to avoid 5 o'clock traffic. I had all my great employees. Everybody's always trying to headhunt them. One of them was Pete Janicki, one of the greatest salesmen we ever had here for a decade, and all the other dental magazines wanted him, and they'd offer him a ton more money, and he'd always tell me about it in a laughing, winking, bragadier way. And I'd say, well, I'm just curious, like, why don't you go there? Like, are you kidding, Howard? I love working here. I got a long leash. I can get up. I can take my boys to school. If I don't feel like taking a shower and coming in, I don't. If I come, you just have a long leash. I'm not sitting there, oh, you got to be here at 8 or you're written up. Now, at today's dental, you got to get creative with a longer leash. Like women that have children that need to pick them up from school, why can't they start early and leave in time to pick up school? Some of them want to take their kids to school. So you got 2 girls up front, 2 hygienists, 2 assistants. I still think that's the formula for the best dental office with an office manager. You got one office manager, and an office manager is someone that can shut the door and do office manager. Every office manager I meet in dentistry, I'm the office manager. Hello, thank you for calling today's dental. Oh, sign this. I mean, it's like I'm standing there going, it really looks like a receptionist, but you swear you're the office manager? No, an office manager is an upset patient. I can take him in my office, close the door for an hour. The rest of the day, I could leave with him and go take him to lunch. That's an office manager. And when you got 2 receptionists, 2 hygienists, 2 assistants, you can ask your assistants, if we have to go through lunch, who's going to go through lunch? Well, the girl with kids, like, oh, I'd rather work through lunch and be home on time. I don't want to stay at the end of the day. The single ones or without kids, I'm sorry, it's tough, it's rude, but as a society, we got to do this. Maybe it's better that you take a lunch, and if we have to stay late, you stay late or whatever. When I opened up Saturday, I found it better just to get a whole new crew. There were all these hygienists, assistants, and receptionists who were all stay-home mothers who all wanted to keep their toe in the water, and they all wanted to work 1 day a week. And what I found the most interesting is that as if you get to know them over the years, they actually told you the big thing was if their husband who worked Monday through Friday on Saturday, he's just going to sit there and watch college football all day Saturday, then Sunday he's just going to watch the NFL, doesn't do a damn thing. She said, I want to work because I'm going to keep my finger on my professional toe, but that's going to make my husband have to do what I do Monday through Friday. And when I come home from work on a Saturday, he's on his hands and knees, he's crying, he's got dirty diapers, and there's Kraft macaroni and cheese on the ceiling, and he just says, I don't know how you do it. So the kids win because now daddy has to be making eye contact with him the whole day, not on his phone or on ESPN. He appreciates what his wife's doing. But my gosh, work-life balance. And the other thing is you've never made $1 in your life until you've earned $1 of passive income. And what I see, all the doctors have burnout and work-life balance issues and all this bullshit. One dot is a point, two dots takes a line, it takes three to make the shape, right? And you can't navigate your financial future without 2 points, and that is the money coming in from labor, the money going out that you're spending, and the money coming in from passive income. I love I made my boys, I refer to it a lot in the Apollo 13 movie where Tom Hanks, I guess their computer's out, they need to do another burn to adjust course, and the guy says, well, you don't have a computer, how are we going to do a burn? And Tom says, well, you just need 2 points. I'm looking straight at Earth, and outside that window I see the moon, so I got two fixed objects, I can do it. And they did it, and they pulled it off. And so what I need to do, just to keep math easy and really true, in my lifetime, Capital earned 5% interest rate. I mean, all the bonds was 5%. When I was little, all the Johnny Apples, everything was a nickel, and it was real easy math, because if you put in $1, it will earn a nickel a year until the end of civilization or the banking system or the Federal Reserve or whatever. And so if I spend $1 a year, that's 20 nickels, but that doesn't tell me anything. It's like when a dentist says, "Oh, we collect $1 million a year." I'm sorry, I don't know anything. What was your overhead? $1,000,001? You said, "Oh, last year when I owned my dental office, we did $500,000 a year, and after 5 years, we were doing $1 million." You still didn't tell me anything. Are you growing earnings? Just tell me what your earnings growth is here. I mean, are you growing net income double digit? Because if you are, it's only going to take a dozen years and you're a goddamn millionaire. You're not growing earnings, you're growing collection. Who cares? And furthermore, when you say you earned $1 million last year, well, did you spend $2 million? Remember Keating, the Keating Five, where we had some Arizona guy built the Biltmore, gave millions to Mother Teresa. He finally, one of his projects didn't cash flow, and he went bankrupt. And everybody knew he must have hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, he owned islands and helicopters and $300 million yachts, and everybody knew he had cash somewhere. No, he actually had no cash. He spent every dime he made, could borrow. I could not believe that this guy who built the Phoenician and gave millions of dollars to Mother Teresa didn't have a nickel. I mean, people are insane. The older I get, I think I might be the only normal person on earth. But if you buy stocks, now my deal is, I went to Omaha, Nebraska. I went to Creighton, and at Creighton University, that's where Warren Buffett is from. He's at Oracle, Omaha, and he would come in and he lectured to our deal. And so, yeah, Berkshire Hathaway, that's my number one pick stock. But if you break down Berkshire Hathaway, what are all the companies? 10, 20 companies. They're all companies that pay a dividend. So see, if I had, and the dividends right now at 4%, we're going to an economic downturn, so some people are cutting their dividends or lowering 2%. But in your lifetime, if you live from 20 to 60, the average dividend is going to be a nickel and a dollar. And all my stocks, Apple pays a dividend, Alphabet, dividend, Bank of America, American Express, Amazon, Coca-Cola, Kraft, Heinz, Kroger, Costco, Walmart, Home Depot, Verizon, Microsoft, Cisco, Align Technology, Henry Schein. Those are my stocks. And the bottom line is really, really simple. I'm already voting for these companies. See, you don't buy a stock in a company unless you look at that company. And I look at my 4 boys, and I look at my 8 grandchildren, and I look at the youngest one that can talk, is Gunner or Mason at 3, and I'm talking to Mason, and you're at Walmart, and you just got to ask yourself, do you think Apple's going to be here when Mason is 59, like Grandpa? Yeah. Do you think Alphabet? I mean, I'm on Google and YouTube every day. Bank of America, I bank there. American Express, I have it in my wallet. Amazon, shit, I order all the time. Coca-Cola, I know that sounds bad. How can a dentist invest in Coca-Cola? But they do sell water. Kraft Heinz, I mean, you really think Kraft macaroni and cheese isn't going to be there when your grandchild's 112? Costco, Walmart. See, I'm already giving them $1. Like, let's say Costco, Walmart, Home Depot, Verizon, Kroger. If I was when I buy a stock, you shouldn't have to check it. Anybody who checks their stock portfolio every day is an idiot day trader or on cocaine. I mean, they're crazy people. If you own Walmart, why would you have to look at it for 5 or 10 years? Do you think Walmart's going to disappear in 5 or 10 years, or Costco? Every time I go into Costco, I'm actually more impressed. It's like half the time I go to Costco, it's like I think I should buy more Costco. So as soon as if I earn $1 a year, that's 20 nickels. Then at the end of the year, I look at my passive income and I only earn 1 nickel. See, that changes your spending because you're starting to think, I'm going to get a new boat. I want to get a new cabin. I want to go on a cruise. I want to go to Hawaii. Or you want to buy some more Apple stock or Kroger or Costco because this year you earned 20 nickels the hard way and you only earned one the free way. And now you take that money and you buy more stock. Now you got 2 nickels. And then you figure out how to lower the cost. Well, instead of the water bill, I put in a well. Instead of electricity, I got solar. We've been doing double payments on the house and we lowered the mortgage. So now instead of 20 nickels a year, I'm earning 20 nickels a year, but I'm not spending 20 nickels a year. We got down to 19 and 18. So when you and your spouse are the people that are always looking for a raise or a part-time job, they're going to lose every time because that they're looking at the wrong place. It's not how much money you make. Look at Keating. He made $1 billion a year for years and he went bankrupt. It's how much nickels are you spending. And when we took out the grass and put in desert landscaping, so we got rid of the $500 a month landscaper. We got a well, we got rid of our water, we got solar, and we're making 20 nickels a year, $1, and then we're spending 21, 22 nickels a year because we had credit cards and debts and mortgages on our cars and all that stuff. And then you get it to 19 nickels, 18 nickels, 17 nickels, and then your nickels from all your dividend paying stocks are increasing. And by the time you're earning 20 nickels, but you're only spending 18 nickels, and your passive income in your Charles Schwab account or your TD Ameritrade is 18 nickels, the minute you realize, damn, I don't have to work, burnout's gone. Man, when you drive to work and you know that if you got to work, if a meteorite hit your dental office and destroyed it, nothing would change in your life, you don't have burnout. You refer that molar endo. You're like, screw that ortho case. Why would I want to spend 2 years to earn $5,000? I'd rather do an implant and a crown for $5,000. I don't, or 2 of them. I don't want to do that. You just start doing what you want. You fire employees that you don't like. I mean, when I drive to work, I'm like, I couldn't wait to see my Chris Caloris or Brandy or Jamie or Valerie or Dawn or Lori. I just like, what did you do that weekend? How was your Mother's Day? I mean, but when you're driving to work, think, oh my God, I cannot. Oh, I fucking hate my hygienist. I mean, dude, fire her. But when you have to work, it leads towards disease, depression, addiction, not very happy. And when you don't have to work, you just focus on the fun. So watch your damn spending. And I need 2 coordinates. I need to know how many nickels a year you earn from passive income dividend stocks. And it'd be really nice if you're already giving them spending your money there. And it's incredibly nice if Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger like the stock too, which is anything inside the Berkshire Hathaway portfolio. And you think if you bought a new truck or a boat or a vacation away, it'd make you happy. But that's because you're coming from a dark place because you have to work. You're on a treadmill making all these minimum monthly payments. So just get debt free, live below your means, and start making passive income. And when your passive income is more than your spending income, you're the happiest little shit in town, and you're not going to burn out and have all these work-life balance bullshit deals. And you can do that because you reduce your employee turnover. Thank you very much.